I'm wondering, you said that he'd kind of shoved you around and there were slaps and then there was this big elevation of putting you in the hospital. And I'm curious, like, was that moment the light bulb moment, where this is not okay, but was it a really slow incline, or was it kind of like from, slaps and pushes to fully getting beat by him?
I think it was a slow incline, right? Because as an abuser, they try to, what do we say, like wine and dine. It's like you're their princess and they love you and they care about you. And then that turns into a form of control, right? Like, oh, to control what you're wearing and who you're hanging out with. But at that time, when you're 15, 16, 17, you take it as, wow, this person really loves me. They want to be with me all the time. But it's a form of control, and then turns into isolation. And I think probably 6 months prior to this incident, things really started to pick up. It wasn't just the slapping and the hitting. It was like he would spit on me or he would punch me. And so it did. And at those moments, they were light bulb moments. And I tell women, like, our gut feeling, we know we know we're in something bad, but we don't know how to quite get out of it. But yes, that moment, that evening, when he put me in the hospital, it was like something shifted in me. Everything changed. And I finally, woke up and was like, what am I doing here? But, the defining moment was, I remember lying down in the hospital, and I'm raised by a single parent. My dad came in to see me, and my face is swollen, right? It was like I was unrecognizable. And my dad's old school, a hard worker, a tough man. He's a man of few words, but very loving. And I started to see him tear and cry. And I was like, and I get emotional about that because it wasn't even about me. It was seeing my dad get emotional. And I realized, gosh, I'm not only hurting myself, I've been hurting myself, but I'm hurting my dad, the man that I loved the most in the world. And his tears changed my heart. It just shifted. Everything shifted. And then, after that, it was like a healing process and being able to try and find myself again and be confident. And then I went back to school, decided to finish my bachelor's and do all these great things, run in Miss Hawaii USA, just things I wouldn't have done before. And I always think back to that moment that it wasn't about me, because I probably would have stayed, to be honest, as a victim of dating violence. I probably would have stayed even after my boyfriend had beat me that bad. But seeing my dad and his reaction, I couldn't hurt someone I loved anymore. So that was a defining moment for me.